Lee has travelled to Southport, where he knows Billy Mack was performing soon after the war at a venue opposite the Queen's Hotel on the promenade.
I absolutely love Southport. Best town in the world.
Lee was born and grew up in Southport.
All right? How you doing? You all right? There's me Auntie Francis's optician over there, where she used to work. Oh, look, Bates's staring me. My Uncle Malcolm used to work with you, Malcolm Kingsley.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Ah.
You're a mechanic.
Oh, yeah. Me and my mate Cleggy, we used to spend a lot of time in here. Above there is where my mum had a wedding reception for her second marriage. Somewhere around here is the Queen's Hotel. I'm not getting confused, am I? Ah, there we go, the Queen's Hotel. Chic Casino, opposite the Queen's Hotel. Now, as you can see, opposite the Queen's Hotel is the Southport Theatre, which, you know, that's not a very old building, is it?
Behind the Southport Theatre and opposite the Queen's Hotel is the waterfront, where Lee's meeting historian and showman Dr. Tony Liddington.
Ali.
Hello, Tony. Very
Nice
nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm all right, man, yeah.
This is my great-grandfather, Billy Mack.
Yep.
He fought in the First World War, Battle of the Somme. He was in a Pierrot clown sort of group, and I know he played this show at the Chic Casino.
I think Chic is the name of the show, and Casino is the name of the venue. A casino is a kind of, it's an Italianate term for a place of entertainment. And this new venue, the casino, has been built here as a temporary structure, what's called a fit-up.
So do we know when this was?
Well, the show opened in May 1919, and it ran the whole summer season till September.
I could say this is the first evidence of him being a professional comedian.
Absolutely. Well, let's go inside the theatre, and then I'll tell you a bit more about it.
OK. Wow. Southport Theatre. So I've never actually been on this stage, although it was the venue of the first comedy show I ever saw. I saw Les Dawson in the mid-70s. It was absolutely brilliant. One of the things I'm really trying to find out is what Billy Mack actually did in his act. All I've got as evidence of what he used to do are these two photographs.
So that's a swell character, somebody who's a bit posh, a bit dapper. And this one is obviously a comedy character, a dame type of role that he might have done.
He's got a bit of the Les Dawson's going on as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, the woman next door, having a good old gossip. And, and that's why her hands are like this and pushing up the bosom and things.
Yeah. She's had it all taken.
Yeah, there you are, you got
that
it.
one.
You're there.
I'm there.
You've inherited it.
So, do you think Billy Bray and Billy Mack were a double act?
I think it's likely. They must have had banter when they were with the Optimists. So they've brought that into this new act. And it would be accessible entertainment, something that the whole family can see.
The only bit of evidence of material in his act is on the back, doesn't it? Here, Billy Mack's in cabbages, carbines and carrots.
At this time, there were quite a lot of music hall songs that were coming out, and curiously, a whole series of them that were about vegetables, that were particularly popular at the time. Do you know the Marrow song? You know, ooh, what a beauty, I've never seen one as big as that before.
Yes.
You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they're allowed to sing that in front of the kids?
They could. I mean, it's all in the ears of the beholder, I would have said. That it's not crude, it's suggestive.
Yeah.
I've got something to show you.
OK.
Here we have a song sheet.
So this is the original song sheet that he will have used.
Well, it wasn't his material. The song's written in 1919, and they're covering it in that same year. So, cabbages, cabines and carrots. Carrots and cabines and cabbages, sweetest of flowers that I love so. I love to sit there and watch them grow. Some people like rhododendrons and some forget-me-nots. But I'd rather have a nice plate of beef with cabbages, cabines and carrots.
You just brought it to life.
But
amazing.
You could do it if you had that little picture that you had of her like this.
Yeah.
And you think of Hyacinth Bouquet.
Do you think he was dressed like that when he was singing it?
I reckon so.
Suits the act?
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's fantastic. My kids are just learning piano, so maybe I could get them to play that whilst I sing along. And then my kids can give me that look of, please, can we have a PlayStation? Please, Dad.
So it was a pretty momentous summer season in lots of ways.
The 7th of July, 1919, William Alexander McKillop marries Gladys Evelyn Burford. So that is my great-grandmother. Ah, that is to Gladys. He signed that to Gladys. Wow. He met her because she asked for an autograph. That can't be true.
Well, at this point, he's saying yours sincerely.
Well, it makes sense of why it stayed in the family. You don't think of autographs staying in the family. They go away to other people, don't they? Wow. Isn't that brilliant? He's ended up marrying an autograph hunter.
Well, the next reference we've got is this.
This is a birth certificate from what is dated the 12th of March 1922. Ah, the birth certificate of John Burford McKillop, which is my granddad. Occupation of father, manufacturer of wireless apparatus. So that does imply that he stopped. Oh, Billy Mack. Maybe he had a bit of work from 1919 to 1922, but it definitely implies that 1922, it's over. So he started a family and perhaps stopped doing comedy. Isn't that a shame that he didn't carry on?
So I think you might be interested in seeing this.
Ah, this is the sad news. This is the death certificate. 1959. William McKillop. Occupation, here we go again. Sales representative. It was a very short career in comedy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because in my head, he was a comedian. And yet to him, he probably saw his comedian world as a small little thing he did for a few years.
Well, if he's a sales rep, making people laugh is a good way of selling stuff as well.
Well,
so
that's
I'm sure
true,
he used it.
Yeah, he used the patter.
Yeah.
Billy Mack has definitely come alive in my head. I definitely have gone from some abstract character that was 3 photographs to really feeling that I know him more. His comedy career was weirdly not as big as I thought it was, and yet at the same time more important than I thought it was, because, you know, he didn't go for decades in the variety halls of Great Britain. But actually, it sounds like he did, you know, a really worthwhile job with it. You know, this boosting of morale during the war sounds like it can't be underestimated. So the question is if Billy Mack was a comedian, and I'm a comedian, can it be genetic? And I would guess that the answer is no. I think it's more likely that it's about upbringings. If he was the kind of person that was a joker, messed about, and he passed that on to his son, that would make sense about why my granddad passed it on to my dad, because my dad was a joker. So maybe it's just passed on.